Ladies and gentlemen, have you ever wondered why some people are so quick to oppose, criticize, or even avoid you? It's not because of what you lack, it's because of what you carry. You are a walking revolution. You threaten the status quo not by force, but simply by being who you are. They fear you because they see in you what they wish they could be. They fear you because you represent the possibilities they've been too afraid to pursue. And tonight, we are going to unravel the truth about that fear. By the end of this message, you will no longer shrink back to make others feel comfortable. You will rise, knowing that their fear is proof of your greatness. Fear is one of the most primal emotions, deeply rooted in the human experience. But when we explore why people fear others, it's not often for the reasons we assume. Fear is rarely about what is, it is almost always about what could be. When people fear you, they are responding not to your present state, but to the potential they perceive within you. It's not the surface level interactions or the roles you currently play, it's the deeper, more profound truth of what you carry that unsettles them. Your gifts, talents, and untapped capabilities radiate a power that speaks louder than your words. And that power creates discomfort. Consider this: people often react defensively when they encounter something they don't understand. This is because the unknown represents uncertainty, and uncertainty threatens their sense of control. Your presence, when fully aligned with your purpose, becomes a reflection of what they cannot predict, contain, or define. It challenges the limits they have placed on themselves and their worldview. Even without trying, you unsettle their comfort zones simply by being who you are meant to be. What makes this dynamic even more profound is the fact that most of the time, people fear you without fully understanding why. It is not always a conscious decision. On the surface, it might look like criticism, rejection, or even indifference. But underneath, there's often an unspoken acknowledgement of your potential. It is the realization that you possess something they do not, be it courage, resilience, vision, or creativity. They may not articulate it, but deep down, they sense that your path could lead you to places they can't follow. Now, think about the impact of potential. Potential is raw, powerful, and full of possibility. It is untapped energy waiting to be realized. When others see potential in you, they also see their own limitations mirrored back at them. Your potential becomes a reminder of what they have failed to pursue in their own lives. It's a silent confrontation, a challenge to the choices they've made, the risks they've avoided, and the dreams they've abandoned. This is why they fear you. Not because you've done anything to harm them, but because you've awakened something within them that they would rather keep dormant. This fear often manifests in subtle ways. People might try to undermine you, question your motives, or diminish your achievements. They might create barriers, exclude you from opportunities, or spread doubt about your capabilities. But here's the truth: their actions have less to do with you and more to do with the discomfort your presence creates in their lives. When people feel threatened, they resort to defense mechanisms to preserve their sense of stability. They fear losing the status quo, and you represent a change they are not prepared for. The key to understanding why they fear you lies in recognizing your own worth. People don't fear what is insignificant. They don't fear what poses no challenge. If they fear you, it is because there is something remarkable within you. That fear is not a reflection of weakness on your part. It is a testament to the strength you carry. It's a signal that you are walking in alignment with a greater purpose, even if you haven't fully realized it yet. It's important to understand that this fear is not your burden to bear. You are not responsible for how others perceive you or how they choose to respond to your potential. Your task is to remain steadfast in your purpose. Don't shrink back to make others feel comfortable. Don't dilute your gifts to avoid confrontation. Instead, lean into who you are and what you are called to do. The fear others have is their response to the light you carry, not a limitation of your own. So what should you do when faced with this fear? First, recognize it for what it is: a reaction to the greatness within you. Let it serve as a reminder of your value and a confirmation of the path you're on. Second, choose to rise above it. Don't let the fear of others dictate your decisions or derail your progress. Keep moving forward with confidence, knowing that you are not here to please everyone. You are here to fulfill a unique purpose that only you can achieve. Lastly, use their fear as fuel. Let it motivate you to dig deeper, work harder, and shine brighter. The very thing they fear is what the world needs. Your ideas, your voice, your presence, it all matters. The fear you encounter is not a sign to retreat, it's a call to step boldly into your destiny. The road ahead may not always be easy, but it is worth it. Because when you fully embrace who you are, no amount of fear, yours or theirs, can stop you. There is a certain mystery and power in potential, something unseen yet deeply felt, something unformed yet undeniably present. Potential represents the possibility of greatness, the capacity to achieve extraordinary things, and the ability to shape the world in new and profound ways. But the very nature of potential is what makes it so threatening to others. It is not what you have already accomplished that unsettles them. It is what you could accomplish. It is the future they sense in you, the vast, untapped reservoir of talent, creativity, and vision waiting to be unleashed. People are often uncomfortable with what they cannot fully understand or control. Potential is intangible, unpredictable, and uncontainable. When others perceive unrealized potential in you, it challenges the limits of their understanding and exposes their own fears and insecurities. You may not even be aware of the extent of your potential, but others can sense it. They might see glimpses of your abilities, hear the confidence in your voice, or notice the way you carry yourself. These small signs are enough to ignite their fear because your potential speaks to something they cannot measure or define. Unrealized potential is a mirror that reflects back to others their own choices and limitations. When people see you, they are reminded of the dreams they once had but abandoned, the risks they avoided, and the goals they never pursued. Your presence stirs something within them, a mix of admiration and resentment. They admire the possibilities you carry but resent the reminder of what they could have been. This inner conflict often leads to external actions. Instead of celebrating your potential, they may seek to suppress it. Instead of supporting you, they may try to discourage or undermine you. This reaction is not about you personally, it is about the discomfort your potential creates in their world. People fear what they cannot control, and potential is inherently uncontrollable. It represents change, growth, and transformation forces that disrupt the status quo. When you begin to walk in alignment with your potential, you challenge the systems, norms, and expectations that others have grown comfortable with. This is why potential is so powerful and at the same time so intimidating. It is not confined by the present, it is a force that propels you into a future that others may not be prepared for. The fear of potential often manifests in subtle ways. People might question your abilities, downplay your achievements, or dismiss your ideas. They may try to keep you in a box, defining you by your past instead of your possibilities. These reactions are attempts to contain what they perceive as a threat, but their efforts to limit you only confirm the magnitude of what you carry. If your potential were insignificant, it wouldn't provoke such strong reactions. The very fact that others feel the need to respond to it is evidence of its power. Understanding this dynamic is crucial for anyone who wants to fully embrace their potential. You must recognize that the fear others have of you is not your responsibility. It is not your job to make others feel comfortable with your growth. Your only responsibility is to steward your potential wisely. This means nurturing your gifts, pursuing your purpose, and refusing to let the opinions of others dictate your path. It means embracing the journey of becoming all that you are capable of being, even when it makes others uncomfortable. Unrealized potential is also a call to action. It is not enough to simply possess potential, you must be willing to develop it. Fear often arises when potential begins to transition into action. As you take steps toward your goals, the resistance you encounter may increase. But this resistance is not a sign to stop, it is a sign that you are moving in the right direction. The challenges you face are not obstacles to your potential, they are part of the process of refining and realizing it. Your potential is not just about you, it is about the impact you are meant to have on the world. The fear others feel is a reflection of the power your potential holds to inspire, challenge, and transform. It is a testament to the importance of your journey. When you understand this, you can approach their fear with compassion rather than frustration. You can see their resistance not as a rejection of you, but as a reaction to the greatness you represent. Unrealized potential is a gift, but it is also a responsibility. It is a reminder that you were created for more, that is something unique and valuable within you that the world needs. Don't let the fear of others hold you back. Instead, let it propel you forward. Let it remind you of what you carry and why it matters. The journey of realizing your potential may not always be easy, but it is worth it. Because when you fully embrace your potential, you don't just change your life, you change the lives of those around you. You become a catalyst for transformation, a beacon of possibility, and a testament to what is possible when potential is realized. Vision is one of the most transformative forces in the world. It is more than a dream, more than a goal, and more than an abstract idea. Vision is a clear picture of a future that does not yet exist but demands to be brought into reality. It is the driving force behind every significant change in history. People with vision disrupt the ordinary, inspire movements, and create legacies that outlive them. And it is this very power that makes vision both captivating and threatening. A person with vision cannot be ignored. Their very presence changes the atmosphere, not because of what they are doing in the moment, but because of what they represent. Vision is infectious. It inspires others to see beyond their current circumstances. But at the same time, it is intimidating because it calls people out of complacency. When someone sees that you have a vision, especially one that is bold, unshakable, and driven, they instinctively recognize that you are not content with mediocrity. This recognition can provoke admiration in some, but in others, it stirs fear. Vision disrupts the status quo, and people are often deeply invested in maintaining it. Many are comfortable with routine, predictability, and the security of what they know. A person with vision threatens discomfort because vision is inherently revolutionary. It challenges existing systems, mindsets, and limitations. When you carry a vision, you are announcing, whether verbally or not, that the current state of things is not enough. You are declaring that there is more to be achieved, more to be discovered, and more to be transformed. This declaration unsettles those who prefer to remain as they are. Vision also inspires action, and action leads to change. The mere act of pursuing a vision sets things in motion. It forces people to confront the reality that change is inevitable. For some, this is a source of hope and possibility. For others, it is a source of fear. Why? Because change requires them to adapt, to grow, or to face truths they would rather avoid. Your vision shines a light on areas where they have grown stagnant. It exposes the excuses they've used to justify their inaction and reveals the opportunities they've let slip by. Another reason vision is powerful is that it gives you direction. A person with vision knows where they are going, and this clarity makes them unshakable. When you have a vision, you are not easily swayed by opinions, distractions, or setbacks. You carry a sense of purpose that is immune to the doubts of others. This confidence can be unsettling to those who lack it. People who are unsure of their own direction often feel intimidated by someone who moves with conviction. Your vision, in essence, becomes a silent challenge to their uncertainty. Vision is also contagious. It has the power to draw others to you, people who resonate with your purpose and want to be part of something greater than themselves. But this magnetism can also provoke resistance from those who feel threatened by your influence. When people see that your vision is rallying others, they may perceive it as a loss of control. They might fear that your rising influence diminishes their own. This is especially true in environments where power dynamics are at play. A person with vision does not need authority to lead. Their passion and clarity naturally attract followers. This ability to inspire change without traditional power structures makes visionaries both admired and feared. The power of vision lies not just in its ability to inspire others, but also in its ability to sustain you. Vision gives you resilience in the face of challenges. It keeps you focused when the journey gets tough. People often fear someone with vision because they recognize that this person cannot be easily deterred. Setbacks, criticism, and opposition do not weaken their resolve, they fuel it. Visionaries are not afraid to fail because they see beyond the immediate. They understand that every step, even the difficult ones, is part of a larger journey. But vision does not operate in isolation. It requires action to become reality. This is where many people falter. They may admire your vision but feel inadequate to pursue their own. Your willingness to act on your vision serves as a mirror, reflecting back their hesitation and fear. This is why vision can evoke such strong reactions. It is not just the vision itself that intimidates people, it is your courage to pursue it. For you, the challenge is to remain steadfast in your vision despite the fear it may evoke in others. Recognize that their fear is not a reflection of your worth or the validity of your vision. It is simply a reaction to the power you carry. Use this understanding to fuel your journey rather than hinder it. Let their fear remind you of the significance of your vision and the impact it is meant to have. The world is changed by those who dare to see beyond what is and work toward what could be. Your vision is a gift, not just to you, but to those whose lives will be touched by it. Embrace it fully. Let it guide your actions, shape your decisions, and inspire your resilience. Because when you walk in the power of vision, you not only transform your own life, you change the course of history. Standing out in a world that constantly pressures people to conform is an act of courage. It requires strength to embrace your uniqueness, walk your own path, and live authentically in a way that challenges the norms and expectations of society. The courage to stand out doesn't come without resistance. In fact, it often attracts criticism, judgment, and fear from others. Why? Because when you choose to live boldly and unapologetically, you remind those around you of the choices they've avoided, the dreams they've shelved, and the opportunities they've ignored. Standing out is not simply about being different. It's about being true to who you are. It's about refusing to mold yourself into what others expect or desire for the sake of acceptance. And that authenticity can be unsettling to those who have chosen to fit in, to compromise, or to follow the crowd. When you stand out, you expose the limitations of conformity. You show that it's possible to live a life driven by purpose rather than fear. And that's a message not everyone is ready to receive. There's a safety in blending in, a comfort in being one among many. For some, conformity feels like a shield protecting them from judgment, failure, or rejection. But for those who dare to stand out, life is different. You face challenges that others avoid, and you take risks that others are too afraid to consider. And it is this boldness that causes others to fear you. They fear the way you disrupt the norm. They fear the way your confidence challenges their insecurities. They fear that your success might shine a light on their lack of ambition. When you stand out, you inherently challenge the status quo. Your very presence becomes a statement that there is more to life than simply following the script. This statement is inspiring to some, but it can feel like an indictment to others. Those who have chosen to play it safe may see your courage as a critique of their choices, even if you've said nothing at all. Your life becomes a silent question if they can do it. Why can't I? And for those unwilling to confront that question, it's easier to resent you than to change themselves. Standing out also means taking a stand. It's not just about being visible, it's about being intentional. When you live with purpose, you are not afraid to challenge injustice, question traditions, or break free from unhelpful patterns. This willingness to take a stand makes you a threat to those who benefit from things staying the same. Your courage forces others to confront the discomfort of change, and not everyone is ready for that. The fear you provoke is not a reflection of any wrongdoing on your part. It is a sign of the transformative power you carry. Living boldly comes with its own set of risks. You might face rejection, criticism, or isolation. But these challenges are also part of the reward. The more you stand out, the more you align yourself with your purpose. You begin to attract people and opportunities that resonate with who you truly are. Standing out filters your environment, bringing clarity to your relationships and focus to your goals. The resistance you face is simply proof that you are no longer living a life dictated by the expectations of others. It's important to understand that standing out is not about seeking attention or validation. It's not about being rebellious for the sake of rebellion. True courage to stand out comes from a place of authenticity and alignment. It is the natural result of living in accordance with your values, vision, and calling. This type of courage cannot be manufactured or faked. It is rooted in a deep sense of self-awareness and conviction. When you embrace the courage to stand out, you become a catalyst for change. Your life begins to inspire others to do the same. Even those who initially feared or opposed you may eventually find themselves moved by your example. Standing out creates a ripple effect, encouraging others to question the limitations they've accepted and to consider the possibilities they've ignored. Not everyone will celebrate your courage, and that's okay. You are not here to win the approval of the masses. You are here to fulfill your purpose. The courage to stand out requires you to let go of the need for validation and to trust that your uniqueness is not a liability, but a gift. The very qualities that make you different are the ones that make you valuable. Remember that standing out is not about perfection, it's about progress. It's about taking steps toward the person you were created to be, even when those steps are difficult or uncertain. It's about embracing your journey, even when it sets you apart. The courage to stand out is not just for your benefit, it is for the benefit of those who will be inspired, encouraged, and empowered by your example. Standing out is an act of service. It shows others that it's possible to live authentically, to pursue purpose, and to thrive despite opposition. It proves that courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward in spite of it. And in a world that often rewards conformity, your courage to stand out is a reminder that true greatness is found in authenticity. Mediocrity thrives on sameness, comfort, and predictability. It is the safe haven for those who fear stepping into the unknown or risking failure. But for someone who dares to rise above the ordinary, their very existence becomes a disruption to the state of mediocrity. When you strive for excellence, when you challenge the norms and reject complacency, you unsettle those who have grown comfortable in their average lives. This is why they fear you, because your commitment to something greater exposes the insufficiency of settling for less. Mediocrity is not just a personal choice, it is often a collective agreement. It creates unspoken rules about what is acceptable, what is achievable, and what is normal. People who conform to these rules reinforce each other's comfort zones, creating a sense of community around their limitations. But when you choose to break free from this pattern, you disrupt that community. Your ambition, discipline, and pursuit of excellence serve as a reminder that there is more to life than what mediocrity offers. For many, this realization is not inspiring, it is threatening. When you disrupt mediocrity, you do more than challenge the status quo, you challenge the excuses people use to stay in their comfort zones. Mediocrity often hides behind justifications like, this is good enough, why take unnecessary risks? Or that's just the way things are, but your refusal to settle reveals these excuses for what they truly are: barriers to growth and progress. You demonstrate that the limitations people accept are not immovable, they are choices. This revelation can be uncomfortable for those who have invested heavily in these excuses. It forces them to confront the reality that they too have the capacity for greatness, but have chosen not to pursue it. Excellence demands effort, persistence, and resilience, qualities that not everyone is willing to cultivate. When you embody these traits, you highlight the gap between potential and reality in others. Your achievements, even if they are still in progress, serve as a mirror reflecting what others could have accomplished had they dared to push beyond their limits. This reflection can evoke admiration, but it can also provoke resentment. People may begin to see your success not as a result of your hard work, but as a threat to their sense of adequacy. The disruption of mediocrity also creates resistance because it introduces change. Change is uncomfortable, especially for those who have built their lives around stability and predictability. When you break away from mediocrity, you are not just changing your own life, you are changing the dynamics of the environment around you. You challenge the norms, unsettle the routines, and create new possibilities. For some, this is exhilarating. For others, it feels like a loss of control. They fear that your rise might force them to reevaluate their own choices, question their own complacency, and adapt to a new reality. Your refusal to accept mediocrity is a statement, a declaration that the ordinary is not enough. This declaration, whether spoken or unspoken, can make people uncomfortable. It is easier for them to criticize you than to confront the reasons they have settled for less. They may label you as arrogant, unrealistic, or disruptive. But these labels are not about you. They are about their own fears and insecurities. When people see someone stepping out of the norm, they are reminded of the ways in which they have conformed. Your courage to strive for more becomes a challenge to their complacency. Disrupting mediocrity is not about seeking to overshadow others. It is about honoring your own potential. It is about refusing to shrink yourself to fit into a mold that was never meant for you. It is about choosing growth over stagnation, purpose over comfort, and excellence over ease. Your decision to rise above mediocrity is not a rejection of others. It is a commitment to yourself and to the impact you are meant to have in the world. As you disrupt mediocrity, you will encounter resistance. People may misunderstand your motives, question your intentions, or even attempt to hold you back. But this resistance is not a sign of failure. It is evidence that you are on the right path. Mediocrity resists disruption because it thrives on inertia. The very act of pushing against it creates friction. Instead of being discouraged by this friction, let it fuel your resolve. Let it remind you that you are moving towards something greater than what the ordinary can offer. Disrupting mediocrity is not just about personal success. It is about inspiring others to see what is possible. Your example can serve as a catalyst for change, encouraging those who are ready to break free from their own limitations. Even those who initially resist your efforts may later find themselves motivated by your journey. By refusing to settle, you create a ripple effect that extends beyond your own life. You become a beacon for others who are searching for the courage to step out of mediocrity and into excellence. The disruption of mediocrity is an act of service. It is a reminder to the world that greatness is possible, that limits can be surpassed, and that life is meant to be lived fully and boldly. It is a call to action, not just for you, but for everyone who encounters your example. Embrace the resistance, embrace the challenges, and embrace the opportunity to show what is possible when you refuse to settle. Because when you disrupt mediocrity, you don't just change your life, you change the world. Determination is one of the most powerful forces a person can possess. It is the driving energy that allows you to keep going when the odds are stacked against you, when obstacles appear insurmountable, and when others have given up. But unstoppable determination is more than just persistence. It is a mindset, a way of being that refuses to accept failure as final. It is the quiet yet unyielding resolve that you will find a way no matter the challenges you face. And while this trait is inspiring to many, it is deeply unsettling to others. People fear unstoppable determination because it is a force they cannot control. It defies logic, defies expectations, and challenges the limits of what they believe is possible. When others see your unwavering resolve, they recognize that there is nothing they can do to dissuade or deter you. Your determination becomes a mirror reflecting their own lack of commitment or willingness to persevere. This reflection is uncomfortable because it exposes the gap between what they desire and what they are willing to work for. Determination is intimidating because it cannot be negotiated with. It doesn't bend to criticism, setbacks, or opposition. It moves forward relentlessly, driven by a vision or purpose that is greater than the immediate. People who lack this resolve may feel threatened by your ability to push through challenges that will cause them to give up. They may wonder, how do they keep going, or why don't they quit? Your perseverance forces them to confront their own limitations, and that confrontation can evoke fear or resentment. Unstoppable determination is a disruptor. It changes the dynamics of any situation because it refuses to be constrained by the status quo. When you operate with determination, you challenge the belief that some things are impossible. You show that obstacles are not barriers, but opportunities to grow, adapt, and innovate. This mindset disrupts environments where complacency or resignation has taken hold. It shakes the foundation of mediocrity and compels people to rethink what they are capable of achieving. But determination does more than unsettle others. It also attracts attention. People notice when someone is unrelenting in their pursuit of a goal. They see your focus, your resilience, and your refusal to be discouraged. This visibility can make you a target for criticism or opposition. Some will try to undermine your efforts, not because they dislike you personally, but because your determination challenges their worldview. It forces them to confront the uncomfortable truth that they too could achieve more if they were willing to commit to the process. Unstoppable determination is also a source of influence. When people see you pursuing your goals with relentless energy, they cannot help but be impacted by it. Some will be inspired, drawn to your example, and motivated to find their own inner strength. Others will feel threatened, perceiving your determination as a challenge to their own choices or beliefs. This duality is what makes determination so powerful. It has the ability to inspire change while simultaneously exposing resistance. The fear of unstoppable determination often stems from its unpredictability. People who are determined are not easily swayed by external circumstances. They adapt, they pivot, and they find new ways forward. This flexibility makes them difficult to control, and that lack of control can be intimidating to those who prefer predictability. Determined individuals are not confined by conventional thinking or limited by societal norms. They are willing to explore uncharted territory, take risks, and defy expectations. This boldness disrupts the comfortable patterns others may have established, causing unease in those who prefer stability over growth. However, the true power of determination lies not in how it affects others, but in how it transforms you. Determination builds character. It teaches you patience, resilience, and resourcefulness. It helps you develop the mental toughness needed to overcome challenges and the emotional strength to keep going when the journey gets hard. With every step forward, your determination deepens your sense of purpose and strengthens your belief in your own abilities. People fear unstoppable determination because they know it is a force that cannot be defeated. It doesn't rely on luck, talent, or external validation. It is fueled by an internal drive that grows stronger with every obstacle you overcome. When others see this in you, they recognize that you are not someone who will be easily stopped. This recognition can provoke admiration in some and fear in others. But their reactions are not your concern. Your focus is on the journey, not the opinions of those who watch from the sidelines. Determination is a choice, a decision to keep going, to rise again after every fall, and to believe in the possibility of what lies ahead. It is a declaration that failure is not an endpoint, but a stepping stone. Your determination sends a message, not just to others, but to yourself, that you are committed to your purpose and that nothing will stand in your way. In a world that often rewards complacency and discourages risk-taking, unstoppable determination is a rare and powerful trait. It sets you apart, not because you are invincible, but because you refuse to be defeated. Let your determination be the fuel that drives you forward, the light that guides you through the darkness, and the force that propels you to achieve what others said was impossible. Because when you embody unstoppable determination, you don't just change your own life, you inspire others to find the courage to change theirs. You must understand that the fear others have of you is not rooted in who you are. It is rooted in who you are becoming. It is the power you carry, the vision you pursue, the courage you display, the standards you raise, and the determination you refuse to surrender. Their fear is a reflection of your ability to disrupt the ordinary, to shine a light on their potential, and to challenge the mediocrity they've chosen to accept. But this fear is not your enemy. It is proof that you are walking in your purpose, that you are breaking barriers, and that you are stepping into the fullness of who you were created to be. The resistance you face is not meant to stop you, it is meant to strengthen you. It is a sign that you are on the right path, a path that is not just for your own growth, but for the impact you are destined to make on the world. So stand firm in your vision, your courage, your excellence, and your determination. Refuse to shrink back to make others comfortable. Instead, let your light shine even brighter. Let your actions speak even louder. And let your life be a testament to what is possible when you choose to rise above fear, mediocrity, and complacency. Why do they fear you? Because you are a catalyst for change, a disruptor of norms, and a reminder of what true greatness looks like. Embrace it. Let that fear fuel your journey, not deter it. And as you continue to move forward, remember this: the world doesn't need more people who conform, it needs more people who dare to transform. Be that person. Live boldly, lead courageously, and walk confidently into the destiny that is uniquely yours.